October 1962. The Cold War had divided the world into two armed camps. The United States and the Soviet Union possessed thousands of nuclear weapons, each powerful enough to destroy entire cities. But in October 1962, those weapons were no longer distant threats. They were minutes away from use. On October 14th, an American U-2 reconnaissance aircraft flew over Cuba. The photographs it returned changed history. Soviet medium-range ballistic missile sites were under construction. In Cuba, just 90 miles from Florida, these missiles could reach Washington, New York, and much of the eastern United States in less than 15 minutes. President John F. Kennedy was informed the next morning. He understood immediately. This was a direct strategic challenge. Kennedy assembled a secret group of advisors known as XCOM. The debate was intense. Some urged immediate airstrikes to destroy the missile sites. Others demanded a full invasion of Cuba. Both options risked Soviet retaliation, possibly in Berlin, possibly nuclear. Kennedy chose a third path, a naval quarantine, not technically a blockade, because a blockade is an act of war. American warships would intercept Soviet vessels heading to Cuba. The objective, prevent further missile deliveries. On October 22nd, Kennedy addressed the nation. The world listened. Soviet ships continued toward the quarantine line. For hours, the world waited. Would they turn back? Or would the first shots of World War III be fired at sea? At the last moment, several Soviet ships slowed, then turned around. But the missiles already in Cuba remained, and tensions continued to escalate. October 27th, 1962, the most dangerous day of the crisis. An American U-2 plane was shot down over Cuba. Its pilot, Major Rudolph Anderson, was killed. In the Atlantic, a Soviet submarine, B-59, was being harassed by American destroyers. They were dropping practice depth charges. The crew had lost contact with Moscow. Inside, temperatures were rising. Oxygen was low. Tension was extreme. The captain prepared to launch a nuclear torpedo. It required agreement from 3 senior officers. 2 agreed. 1 refused. Vasily Arkhipov. His decision prevented a nuclear detonation. In that moment, the fate of the world rested inside a submerged submarine. Meanwhile, in Washington and Moscow, messages crossed the Atlantic. Khrushchev sent 2 letters. The first was emotional, proposing removal of missiles in exchange for a U.S. pledge not to invade. The second was harsher, demanding removal of American missiles from Turkey. Kennedy chose to publicly respond to the first letter. Privately, he agreed to remove the missiles from Turkey. On October 28, 1962, Khrushchev announced that Soviet missiles would be withdrawn. The crisis was over. In the aftermath, both superpowers recognized the catastrophe. A direct hotline was established. Arms control discussions began. The world had survived, but barely. The Cuban Missile Crisis remains the closest humanity has ever come to nuclear war. Not because leaders wanted destruction, but because fear, miscalculation, and pride nearly made it inevitable. History often turns on quiet decisions, and sometimes on a single voice that says no,